Voice of the People 90.3 FM. This is the station where we give you a voice. Good afternoon to you and a happy new week, and also compliments of the season. It's 13 minutes before 2 p.m. right here on the number one station that gives you a voice. It's time for another enlightening edition of Matters right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM, coming to you live from our studios in Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome. It's another time for us to talk about issues as it affects us as a people, as humans, as Nigerians. Let's talk about these issues. Let's analyze them with a view to finding lasting solutions. My name is Chioma Innocent, and in case you don't know it, this is Matters, where we discuss and analyze issues as it affects you and I. Now, it is important to discuss these issues, and we don't just discuss them, we also open the phone line so that we can hear your opinions, your suggestions, your ideas on each of these different issues which we'll be discussing, because our Voice of the People 90.3 FM and your voice matters to us. It is important that your voice is ahead. Let's know what Nigerians think about issues that are going on in their country. That said, I would like to introduce the few topics which we'll be talking about today. Before that, I'll let you know that I'm not alone in the studio. I do have my analyst right here. His name is Mr. Peter Anosike, and of course he will be talking on the issues right here on Matters this afternoon. Welcome to Matters, and thank you for joining me. All right then. It's not exactly a very happy time for many Nigerians. While some are in the mood of celebration, others are in the mood of mourning, and you cannot exactly blame anyone, because the several different tragic occurrences in the country in the past week is enough to make anyone feel terrible, right? And it's really just heartbreaking. But we've been talking about this, and we'll keep talking about it until those at the upper echelon, those at the helm of affairs, those that administer to the affairs of Nigerians will hear what Nigerians have to say about the issues happening in their country, and will look for lasting solutions to these issues to ensure that Nigerians live a happy and fulfilled life in their country. So we always say we do not have any other country. I know that I do not have any other country except Nigeria, and I know that it is the same for many people, who are just, who would call the masses, the ordinary citizens. It's the same for so many of us. We do not have any other home except here in Nigeria. So if it looks like we are talking too much about these issues, it's because they need to be talked about. A tragedy such as a death or a stampede leading to deaths due to hunger, due to wanting to collect palliatives, is not something that should be swept under the carpet at all. So we'll talk about how certain people have responded to this. You have the human rights lawyer Femi Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria, saying that this was caused by hunger, although there are people who will not exactly agree to that. Then we also have the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in last year's elections, Peter Obi, also talking about it, making comments and saying that it's caused by hunger and policies that are not friendly to the Nigerian citizens. Well, the presidency has responded to that and criticized him for his remarks on the tragic stampedes in Anambra, Oyo State, and of course in Abuja. Now, the special advisor on media and public communication to President Bola Tinubu, that is Sunday Dari, has described Obi's comment as lacking statesmanship and decency. He also accused Obi of using the misfortune of others to score cheap political points. In his words, he says, when seeking someone who benefits from misfortune of others or from confusion, you look no further than Peter Obi. His recent remarks regarding the avoidable tragedies in Anambra and Oyo State lack statesmanship and decency, even as he wallows in the fading waters of his much vaunted political victory. This attempt to score cheap political point falls flat. What the presidency is trying to say is that Obi is wrong for saying that it is the government's policies that have led the people to gather for palliatives, which later led to a stampede where people lost their lives. And I want to know what you think about that. Would you say the presidency is literally just trying to save face? Is that what this is. Then after that, I want to talk about insecurity in the country. And the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, is saying that the president, that's President Bola Tinubu, has given military chiefs a directive to ensure that insecurity, banditry, and terrorism is quashed all across the country by 2025. Now, while we're talking about this, right? While we're talking about this, bandit leader Bello Turji has reportedly established a new base in the Chokoto forest, with the boundaries of about 1, 2, 3, 4 different communities in Sokoto State. This is while some of his accomplices and people who have been supplying some items to him are being tried today. And he's expanding his base. The same Minister of State for Defense says there is no presence of Lakurawa militant in the Northwest. He says that they have been defeated, they've been addressed, they've been neutralized. These terrorist gangs have been neutralized, their camps have been destroyed, their arms and ammunition have been recovered. In fact, he says these criminals are not Nigerians, but they are disgruntled elements who came to Nigeria from Burkina Faso and Mali to cause havoc. And he's saying Lakurawa militants have been chased out of the Northwest. Don't you think that it is more the people who live in these areas that can actually give us information to let us know that this is actually the case, that they've been chased out? Because while we're talking about the fact that one terrorist organization has been chased out, another one is more or less expanding their tentacles, right? So let's go back to the issue of palliative distribution. The Lagos State government is saying that any organization or person who wants to distribute palliatives to crowds of people that's more than 250 people, they would have to register with the state government. The state government mandated all groups that intend to distribute gifts to vulnerable residents of the state to seek clearance before proceeding with their act. Now, the Lagos State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, is saying that this requirement is to avoid any incident of stampede that was recorded in some parts of the country just last week. Now, it's not just Lagos State government. The Akwa Ibom State government has put some measures in place as well. The Kogi State government is doing the same thing. The Abia State government, even the Anambra State government have all issued their own directives. And the question is, just as Peter Obi is saying, do you think that this will discourage people who want to do charity work? So right now, many people cannot feed, and then they cannot also get from those who want to share it to them for free. Or rather, should it be a decentralized sharing system where instead of gathering large crowds in one particular venue, you just send a certain amount of bags of rice or whatever food item you want to share to maybe churches or community leaders and have them share it to the people? But the problem with this kind of decentralized system is the fact that we know that many of our institutions and places and people and leaders do not have integrity. So when this comes to them, how do we know that it will get to the hands of the people who it is meant to get to? Now, yesterday I read about Joe Igbokwe asking a question, and it got me thinking, where he asked Nigerian lawmakers and the political elite, those who say they always share palliatives, said, you receive thousands of bags of rice to share as palliatives, yet we did not hear of any stampede. So you have to tell Nigerians how you manage to share palliatives with no stampede, so that other people, other charity organizations, anyone who wants to do something like that, anyone who wants to go on a palliative distribution drive, will also learn from you and learn how to do this without any incidences being recorded. And it brings to mind the fact that, has this actually been going on? Every time lawmakers tell us they distribute palliatives, did they actually do that? Anyway, I also want to look at the issue of the president giving a directive for transport costs to be reduced by 50%. Now, this initiative may likely begin tomorrow. The proposed 50% interstate transport fare price slash by the federal government, initially planned to commence on December 20, may now begin December 24, which is tomorrow. Now, this slash is targeted at cushioning the high transport cost during the Yuletide. Now, this measure was also put in place last year, and I recall that a family member of mine actually benefited from this measure, paying just about, I think it was 22 or 25,000 naira from the east to Lagos instead of more than that or double that amount. So if you're planning to travel, you should take advantage of this offer. Take advantage of this offer and make sure that at least you can get something from the Nigerian government. So if you're planning to travel, yes, all you need to do is do research and check out the different interstate transport companies that are part of the federal government 50% slash and the destination, so that you can also enjoy. For those of you who always say, oh, I've never gotten anything from the government, this is a chance for you to actually get something from the government. Then from there, I want to look at the issue of petrol marketers saying fuel price will drop to 935 naira per litre as from today. As a Nigerian, if the fuel price does not drop below that 900 naira, whatever reduction that is being given, whatever discount, you could put it that way, that's been given, do you think it favors you? If you're not buying fuel at 1,060 naira per litre, but you're buying it at 940, does it favor you? This is Matters. Welcome. All right, the next voice you hear will be that of our analyst, Mr. Peter Noske. Thank you for joining me and welcome to the program. Let's take each of these issues one after the other. Prominent Nigerians, and not just Peter Obi, have been talking about the fact that hunger was the reason for these stampedes, but the presidency feels that he is just using this and they're talking about this issue to score cheap political points, and that anywhere there's a misfortune, he likes to center himself there and make himself look like the Messiah. Please keep it polite and keep it civil.
Well, for me, 2024 Christmas is the worst that we have ever had in this country. We've never ever had Christmas as bad as this. That people are dying just because of few grains of rice. The reason is simple. Rice is which is a basic food in the country, is no more affordable. And by federal government is living in denial. Even Lagos State government saying if you want to do an event that will warrant more than 250 people, you have to register to avoid ugly incidents. It's an indictment on themselves.
How so?
If people are fed on whatever you are giving and nobody cares. So what caused the death of 72 people within 3 days is a failure of government and nothing more. It is hunger in the land that caused the death in Ibadan, in Okija, Anambra State, and in Abuja. There's no two ways about it. There's no two ways about it, because people cannot afford this in their various homes. But minimum wage, even some governments are not even paying it. Federal government was advising governors to use a minimum wage as a New Year gift, which means some states are not even paying it. And even if they are paying it, it cannot buy a bag of rice. It cannot buy a bag of rice. So what is causing this stampede is when you had an event, you are going to share something to 100 people and 1,000 people turns up. Why are they turning up? Hunger and nothing more.
You know, there are while we can actually say that yes, hunger is the reason for the gathering, for the stampede, and for people leaving their homes very early to gather where they will get free food. Are you saying that the organizers did not envisage that they would have more people than they planned for?
Assuming that you are doing a wedding, there's no way the exact number that you feel will come, that will come. There's hunger in the country.
Doesn't that mean that the organizers should have actually done more to ensure security and crowd control?
Assuming that people in the country are well fed, they will not care
what is being shared.
What is being shared. At the first experience that I had with my father, he was coming out of that's out of an aeroplane, and some people are sharing T-shirts. They wanted that to give him one. He told them, "I'm not your dustbin. I'm not your dustbin. Keep it for yourself." So if people are really eating in their homes, they would not have been going there. There's no reason for somebody to go 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, or over 5 kg of rice. It is hunger.
All right. Now that we've established that hunger is the reason, or why we keep saying that hunger is the reason why people gathered to collect this rice, right? Doesn't that mean that these state governments are trying to talk about crowd control and putting measures in place to ensure that these stampedes do not occur, that they should actually be commended for that? Like the Lagos state government, which says you have to register before you start sharing anything for anybody. Do you think that if the price of a bag of rice goes down to 50 or 40,000 naira today, and you try to share it for free, that people will still not gather?
What government should do is to, one, palliative does not develop any economy.
So the government should not encourage even private individuals and organizations to give palliatives?
Palliative does not develop any economy. What government should do is to bring down the cost of things in the country by reducing the import duties. That's if these things are affordable, nobody will go for it. The 157 people that were burnt to death in Jigawa State, if the price of fuel was affordable, they would not have gone to scoop fuel. So all these things are failure of government and nothing more.
In the face of all of this, right, and no government officials or even the president can say that he's not aware of this. On Saturday, he did cancel all his engagements due to the tragic incidents, right? Is it not time to open the borders? The president's economic advisors, isn't that what they should be telling him at this point? Open the borders, even if it is only temporarily. Let people have a reprieve, especially because of the insecurity in the north, which has prevented people from going to their farms, and the fact that they can no longer harvest as they used to.
Opening the borders is right. Then manning the borders is also another thing, because it is not only food items that are coming through the borders. Guns are coming, understand, and the other things that are harmful to the body.
And we cannot have designated borders or a designated border or borders for just food, as in temporarily, to grant the people a reprieve just for maybe a few months or a year, so that people can actually say that they're enjoying something from the government.
In this situation, what government should be looking for is interventions, how to make interventions for the masses. How to make interventions for the masses, and opening the borders is number one, but it should be controlled. It should be controlled. Then reducing import duties so that people can import food at a very cheap rate. So people can import food at a very cheap rate. Then reducing this insecurity so that farmers will start going to their farms. Because if farmers are farming, there's no way food will be out of the roof. So all these things borders on the failure of the government and nothing more.
So
anybody that is trying to defend it is trying to make fool of himself.
So if you know and I know that the best way to make life better for Nigerians is to make things more affordable for them, rather than gathering Nigerians together for palliatives or cheap food markets. Again, I ask, why are the president's economic advisors not telling him this?
One, that's an advisor is just an employee. Understand? There's no law that says that the president must take the advice. And some advisors don't even have that boldness to go and tell their principal the truth about what's happening in the country. Understand me? Example, when Nai Mohammed was the Minister of Information, there were traffic in Abuja. And what Nai Mohammed said that the reason for the traffic is because Buhari's government is benefiting Nigerians, and they were buying lots of cars. You see it. So some of these appointees don't have that courage to tell their principal the real situation in the country. That's assuming that their principal don't know. Assuming that their principal don't know. There's a senator who said that Tinubu moves around in the night. So I wonder what he will see in the night if he's moving around Abuja in the night. So all this borders to inefficiency of the government.
All right. Let's talk about insecurity. It's no news. There is no gainsaying the fact that it's been ravaging different parts of the country and has added to the spate of food insecurity which Nigerians have been experiencing in recent times. The Minister of State for Defense, Bello Matawale, has come out to declare, first up, that there is no presence of Lakurawa militants in the northwest zone of the northwest region of the country. He's saying that the Nigerian military troops have neutralized them, have destroyed their camps, and recovered their arms and their ammunition. In fact, he goes ahead to say they are not Nigerians, but they came from neighboring countries to cause havoc and destabilize the peace in the northwestern zone. He also says that people are spreading rumors to instill fear in citizens, and he also criticized journalists for believing such claims without verifying the information. That's saying that military troops are killing bandits instead of actually carrying news that the bandits are expanding, which is the reports that we're actually getting when journalists go ahead and do their investigations. And it seems that if the reports are not favorable, those around the presidency will come out and say that it is not the truth, and maybe it is only when the reports seem favorable that they will agree with journalists, investigative or otherwise, that these reports are true. If he says there's no presence of Lakurawa militant in the Northwest, then who are those wreaking havoc? Just recently, he also said that the president has directed the military to ensure that banditry and terrorism becomes a thing of the past by 2025, that it will be fully eradicated by 2025. Now, not just that, we're also getting reports that Bello Turiji has expanded his camp in Sokoto State. He's expanded more than he has before. Where he is now, he's bordering about 4 to 5 communities in Sokoto State. So on one hand, the military is telling us that they are combating insecurity and winning. So I think that's a crucial aspect. While on the other hand, these terrorists seem to be expanding more and more.
Well, if the Minister of Defense feels that
the Minister of State for Defense,
yes, feels that they are winning, that they are doing something about insecurity, I want him to just do one thing: let him drive without convoy, without escort, from Gusau, which is the capital of Zamfara State, to Abuja. Let's see what happens. Let him just enter a private car, not bulletproof car, not with escorts. Let him just enter a private car from Gusau to Abuja. Let us see what, if he can do that. We know that they are doing something about security.
He's a high-ranking official. Why should he move about without security entourage?
Which means he's not telling Nigerians the truth.
Don't you think that even if insecurity were not at the heights that it was now, that we'll still have a political elite moving about with these security people, convoys, and all of that?
When Chukwuemeka Ezife, former governor of Anambra State, was alive, he doesn't go with any security. He doesn't go with any security. Anywhere he is going, no policeman accompanies him.
Why do you think he had that boldness?
Because he feels that he has not hurt people. He's not owing anybody. He has not hurt anybody. So nobody can come after him. So if Matawande feel that they are fighting insecurity, let him drive from Guzo in his own car without security to Abuja. So he can deceive those he feels that he can deceive. Nigeria has not started fighting insecurity.
Has not started, or is fighting but is not winning?
They had not started fighting insecurity
at all. We always get reports of troops neutralizing bandits in certain different areas of the country.
And every day you hear that 500 bandits have been killed, 1,000 bandits have been killed, and they are still there. So this is military propaganda.
Military propaganda? Why does the military have to employ propaganda in talking about what they're doing?
This is one of the things. This is one of the things that they learn propaganda. Propaganda is an act of war. You learn it in the army. Propaganda is an act of war. You learn it in the army.
But not to be used on citizens by saying that what is not happening is happening, or what is happening is not happening, right? We've lost so many military men and soldiers on the war front fighting against these bandits, so we cannot actually say that they've not started fighting against terrorism at all.
I say when they start, we will know. When they start, we will know, and that's when they will face out hypes, gestures, and propaganda, and begin to tell Nigerians the situation of things. Right now, they are not doing it.
All right.
Right now, they are not doing it, and even Matawende doesn't have all the capacity to do it, because as a governor, he was a failure security-wise. As a governor, he was a failure security-wise. He governed Zamfara for 8 years. What happened? Zamfara is one of the most affected in the country with regard to security. So somebody who did not perform when he was there as a state governor, how do you not expect him to perform now? He has been distracted. So his appointment was very, very wrong. Because he's not supposed to be there holding that position.
Well, let's go back to the issue of palliatives, but this time around, the transport palliatives for Nigeria. And did you know that last week the president gave a directive for 50% transport reduction, which was supposed to begin on December 20, but it may now be beginning on December 24, which is tomorrow. Now, this 50% slash in interstate transport fare introduced by the federal government is targeted at cushioning the high transport cost, which actually accompanies the Yuletide season. And just like I told you before, this was also put in place last year, and quite a number of people actually benefited from it. So we have the president giving this as a palliative, as a Christmas gift to Nigerians, saying if you want to travel interstate, you can just pay 50% of the amount from December 24. Now, also, the petrol marketers are saying that fuel price will drop to 935 naira per litre from today. Ipman is saying that this is following the fact that Dangote Petroleum Refinery have reduced their ex-depot price per litre, from which Ipman gets the petrol from the Dangote Refinery. Right, and also it's not just the Dangote Refinery as well. Ipman's national president is saying that there will be a uniform pricing mechanism, which is to say that wherever you go this Yuletide, you should be buying fuel for 935 naira. 30,000 Ipman members, according to Ipman president, are prepared to start loading petrol from Dangote Refinery. So right now, there may be disparity in pricing right now, but as from today or maybe tomorrow, Ipman is assuring Nigerians that you start to buy petrol at 935 naira per litre, because Ipman will be loading this petrol for 899 naira per litre from Dangote Refinery. Is this something else that Nigerians should be happy about? At least if people who are traveling interstate don't have to pay 100% of the fee, and if people who are staying in Lagos or in other parts of the country don't have to buy fuel for as much as 1,000 naira.
Well. The issue is this: government is about the people. And mind you, if they are slashing by 50%, government is to pay the remaining 50%. Government is to pay the remaining 50% to the transport owners. Then, if you want to do this, you have money that to pay 50%. Why don't you use that to reduce price of fuel very well so that it can benefit everybody?
So they could have channeled that 50% payment into the price of fuel and reduce it further.
Reduce it so that it can benefit whether you are traveling or you are staying, you will benefit from it. Because this morning at Maza, which is the main center where people going to the east enter their buses, they are loading at 46,000.
So what destination?
East or where I understand that's from Onitsha upwards. Understand? 46,000 naira, which means if they are to cut by 50%, which means they're supposed to be paying 23,000, and federal government to pay the remaining 23,000. So if this money, even though we don't have statistics, we don't know the number of people that will move from point A to point B, but which is also a way for corruption. Understand me? Because there's no data in this country.
Wait, when you say a way for corruption, how is it that money will be paid for more people than those who actually make use of this 50% transport/palliative?
How do you know the number of people? Understand me? How do you know the number of people? This is exactly like the petroleum subsidy. Understand me? That's exactly what it is like. So, but if this money is channeled and the price of fuel comes down to 600, it will transport fare will come down on its own.
If people are buying are paying 600 naira per liter for fuel, right? Don't you think that they will still have to pay more than that 23,000 naira? Assuming we are using this for 6,000 naira metric to check it.
No,
I don't know if you get what I mean.
There's no way they will pay 23,000 naira. That's 46,000 naira when they are buying fuel at 1,000 naira, and they pay. Understand me? That's if they are buying fuel at 60,000 naira. The transport fare can be about 30,000.
Wait, if they're buying fuel at 600 naira per liter, transport fare will be 30,000 naira.
Around 30,000.
Okay, but then the federal government is already saying they want to pay half of your fare for you, which means you have to pay 23,000 naira. So look at the disparity, 23 and 30,000 naira. Which one do you think Nigerians will prefer?
How many people are traveling?
So that means transport fare will also reduce, not just interstate, but within,
it will reduce
within the state.
Everywhere. Look, government, one German philosopher by the name Jerry Bentham said that government should be looking at the happiness of the greater number of people in the society. That government should be looking at what will bring happiness to the greater number of people in the society. The reason is because there's no way everybody will be happy. But when you succeed to bring happiness to a greater number of people, you are doing well. And not when 30% of the people are happy, 70% are angry. So if they can employ the Jerry Bentham philosophy, the happiness of the greater number of people in the society, Nigeria would be okay. But they are not doing it. Because in this state now, we are paying 50% for those who are traveling. What's the number? How many people? They can say that 100 billion have been spent for subsidizing transport. You cannot say no. And that's exactly what the humanitarian ministry under Omar Farouk was doing. Tomorrow, Do you know what they said? They can tell you that they use 100 billion to subsidize transport. You cannot say no. But if it's to put it as in the fuel, bring that the price of fuel down, it will benefit everybody, whether you are traveling or you are within your city. Price of fuel will come down. Price of transport fuel will also come down. So this is simple common sense.
All right, that's about the transport slash. What about the reduction in the price of petrol for the Yuletide season as a form of a palliative or gift to Nigerians? The season, 935 naira per liter as against 1,060 naira it was a few weeks ago.
Well, for me, this is what is in our soil. This is what is in our soil. Whether palliative, whether Christmas or no Christmas, we are not supposed to be buying petrol as much as that.
Not even as much as 935 naira.
We're not supposed to be buying petrol as much as even more than 700 naira in this country. Because right now we are not importing it. Landing cost has been removed, insurance cost has been removed, ship-to-ship transfer has been removed. So we're not supposed to be buying fuel above 700 naira in this country. So they are not doing us a favor. That's number one. Number two, saying that fuel will be selling the same price everywhere in the country is a lie. There's no way it is cheaper to bring fuel from Dangote refinery to maybe to Shodi. Understand? Than taking it to Sokoto, to Port Harcourt. There's always wears and tears. So there's no way fuel can sell at 900 and at 936 naira everywhere in the country. It's a lie.
So there will be still people who will buy for more than that and up to 1,000.
People will still be called tomorrow. People will still be buying at 1,001, 1,002 in this country.
In other words, this Christmas gift is not for everyone.
Even the 936 is not even a gift.
All right. You're tuned into Matters right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Choma Innocent. The voice you've been hearing belongs to Mr. Peter and Nosike. Don't forget that we're streaming live on YouTube. All you need to do is head on over to the app, the YouTube app, type into the search bar, like just at the upper part of the app, you see the VOP 903 FM. VOP 903 FM. Just type it there. And yes, you can get to watch us live and direct. Click on live and you can get to watch us live and direct. You can also get to contribute to the program by leaving a comment on YouTube. I can see some comments on YouTube. Thank you so much. And keep them coming. Also, it's time for me to open the phone line so that I can hear from you. I want to get your opinion, suggestions, and ideas on everything which we have discussed so far. It's about 35 minutes before 3 p.m. Yes, 25 minutes past 2 p.m. right here on the one station that gives you a voice. It's time for me to hear your voice. The number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. Meanwhile, on WhatsApp, if you want to send a message or you want to call me on WhatsApp, it is to 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. So send a message or call me. Right now, the breaking report is that the price of petrol has dropped at all NNPCL stations, at least. In Abuja, is selling for 965 naira. The NNPCL is seeing this as a reprieve from the 1,060 naira it was sold earlier this month. So 935 for 965 for 899. No one is good enough for you.
Abuja is not Kanu. Abuja is not Adamawa, because you have that to spend more to taking the fuel from Abuja to Sokoto to Adamawa. So that cost cannot be weaved away.
All right, then. I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. You can also send a message on WhatsApp. It is 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. I'm ready to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, who will be my first caller for the day. Now, before we go on taking calls, I would like to reiterate the topics we've been talking about. Yes. First up, we looked at the case of the stampedes that occurred last week one on Wednesday in Ibadan, where about 35 children reportedly lost their lives, and then one in Abuja and another one in Anambra State on Saturday. It saddens me so much to have to talk about this, because when you say 35 people died, 22 people died, 10 people died, we just say it and it sounds like it's just figures. But these were people with breath, with life, with souls, with ambitions, people who experienced hunger, sadness, pain, joy, people who just wanted to feed. Now, here's what you may not know, that the palliative distribution in Anambra State, it was for widows, and if you saw the video circulating, most of the deceased were actually women. So you have people who were widowed, who came to get food for themselves and their children, and then they meet death, leaving the children to become orphans. Then the palliative drive in Abuja was for the elderly. So what does that tell you? That the number of those who were deceased were elderly people who were supposed to be taken care of, but who had to go out and hustle for palliatives, and unfortunately met their end while at that. So we've talked about how certain prominent Nigerians viewed the issue and said it was caused by hunger, but the presidency has lashed out at one of them, which is a opposition member of the opposition Labour Party, that's Peter Obi, saying that he's just trying to score cheap political point with people's misfortune. Yes, so from there we talked about the issue of insecurity, with the Minister of State for Defence saying Lakurawa militants in the Northwest have been neutralized, and also saying that the president has given an order to the military to make sure that banditry, terrorism and insecurity ends in 2025. So should we be looking at a situation whereby after 2025 they will no longer have to deal with words and issues, not just words, but issues such as banditry, insecurity and the terrorism in various parts of the country? While he's saying that the military is neutralizing terrorists, reports are actually indicating that notorious and feared bandit leader Bello Turji is expanding his coast in Sokoto State. So on one hand, we have this report. On the other hand, we have this report from the Minister of State for Defense, who should actually be in the know of Nigeria's defense structure and architecture, telling us that, oh, it's reducing, it's going. But on the other hand, you have the people affected and the people who are doing the work telling you that, no, these people are actually expanding. So whose report should will Nigerians believe? Then from there, we talked about, yes, back to the palliative, the Lagos state government saying any organization or person who wants to gather people together to share palliatives for whatever reason has to register with the state government. And we looked at the President Tinubu approving 50% price slash for interstate transport. So if you're traveling from Lagos to any destination, you have to check if your destination is part of those that will actually benefit from 50% price slash. But it's supposed to be like a Christmas gift for Nigerians. This is just for the Yuletide season. Okay, so would you be taking advantage of that? Not just that, but IPMAN, that's the Petroleum Market Association of Nigeria, saying that petrol price will be coming down to 935 naira per litre. And they're not just saying that from today, but NNPCL has reduced petrol price to 965 naira per litre. Do all of this make you happy as a Nigerian? I mean, the federal government, the NNPCL, they're giving you Christmas gifts. Are you happy to receive these gifts? Call me up on 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903, and WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338. I can see your messages coming in on WhatsApp. To keep them coming, and thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how you doing?
Good
Welcome to
afternoon,
Matters. Good afternoon to you. What's the name and location, please?
Yeah, my name is Engineer Philip from Eba New South precisely. I just want to make 2 points, right?
Okay.
One is about the hunger, the other one is about the security. Fortnight ago, there was a waykeeping organizing in my area here. So when they were doing that waykeeping, children trooped in, wanting to collect the food from the people who were rightly doing the waykeeping. In fact, one of them was packing this food inside the nylon, so he was going to give it to the dog. Later on, I saw him pour that food.
Oh dear. Hello, engineer. Are you there? You'll have to give me a call back, engineer. I definitely want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. In case you're just joining us, the program is Matters. We're discussing and analyzing the issues as it affects you and I as Nigerians, as a people. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. Are you there? You're going to have to give me a call back. I definitely want to hear from you. If you're having difficulty connecting to us directly, please call me up on WhatsApp, okay? I will take your calls if you call me up on WhatsApp. That is another channel where we can actually communicate. Or you can send a message on WhatsApp, 0817-175-6338. Send a message on WhatsApp or call me on WhatsApp, okay? And I'll take your calls. This is Matters. Welcome to the program. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Jama.
Hi.
Yeah.
What's your name and location, please?
Good evening. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining me.
Yes, right. Thank you very much. The fuel matter. I'm going on the fuel. Why is it difficult to the people or AMPC to bring the fuel back to 200? Because it was 200 announced it. Are they using, which chemical are they using to produce this fuel that make it to be 1,000? That's what I'm asking every day. What chemical are they using to produce it? It's just to roll it inside machine. You check the times. It will be giving you all sort of products you want. Why are they carrying the fuel to that level? And they don't know nothing to talk about it. But giving public transport money to do is the worst part of, as part of CK has said, is criminal. It's not fair to the nation. So I'm giving my own instances. When Buhari entered, he was borrowing money. I said, let us not beg. They cannot borrow money in a country like this. Otherwise, don't put us to be beggar. And now we turn to beggar.
Thank you.
And so that is, I have said before, I never finished.
Yeah, round up. Maybe we hear from other people.
Okay, I'm not happy the way Nigeria is treating us. Let the food come back to, if they won't do us a favor, let it come back where they met it. If it come back, other thing we do, as Mr. Nosika said, that is the only way. In economics, we are in an economical hyper. So, other aspects, we're supposed to reduce all the fares, other things that we are both import duty, both taxes. That is a better country as they behave. They reduce all these things to favor women.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our own, they will increase it. And they close eyes and say they don't know what is happening.
Thank you so much for your call.
Thank
you so much for your call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of these conversation. Call me up. I definitely want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. In case you cannot reach me directly, you can also call me up on WhatsApp or send a message on WhatsApp. The number is 0817 175 6338 0817 175 6338 on WhatsApp. I want to hear from you. This is Matters. Welcome to the conversation. Hello, welcome to the conversation. How are you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name and location, please?
Michael.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Sister Andy. I've been hearing your program, but it's only today I got the first time caller.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Anas, God will bless you for all the encouragement you have been giving to Nigeria and also what you have been talking about the government, and we know it's good because by the time...
Please reduce the volume on your radio set. Please reduce the volume on your radio set.
We are going to vote the right person. Telling Nigerians, we should come out and vote the right person, and nobody will demand that we will take our mandate against this legislation. By God's grace, nobody will take our mandate again. Let everybody come out and let's vote for the right person.
and God will help us in
Thank
Jesus'
you.
name. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call. I really appreciate it. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. You can also send a message on WhatsApp to 0817175638. I want to hear from you. Call me up. We're discussing quite a number of issues, from petrol price reduction to 50% slash in interstate transport fare, to the issue of insecurity in the northern region of the country and the expansion of terrorists in Sokoto State, that is Bello Turji, to the stampede that occurred last week, leading to the loss of lives. I want to hear from you. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon.
Hello, Chairman. Good afternoon, Chairman.
Hi, what's your name and location, please?
God bless you. Compliment of the year.
Compliment of the season to you as well.
Chairman, I think this is the time NNPC or Dangote to leave Nigeria alone. Dangote to carry himself, go anywhere where they want by to answer. But to give me for 900 and something, so I should ask me, who want to buy before 200, 150, you can't give me for 9 something now, so I should happy for you. Why Nigeria? Why these people want Nigeria to suffer like this? Chairman, people cannot travel again. Look at the killing, they die, the blood where these people share for this country. 4 years, 1 year, they never finish one tenor. But look at what is going on. How many Nigeria could be made for 2027? How many Nigeria, Shoma, answer me. Tomorrow they go tell me 2 million of Nigeria. How many did they from today? Yeah. Shoma, I'm not happy. I'm not happy for what is going on for this country. This is the period of the celebration. But million of Nigeria is crying. Million of Nigeria is there for pain, for anchor.
Thank you. Thank you. So the 50% slash in transport fare, you know the travel this year, make you take advantage, at least make you talk to the government, don't do something for you. Hello, are you there? Hello? All right, call me back, okay? Call me back. I want to hear from you. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to reach me directly. On WhatsApp is 0817 175 6338. We're streaming live on YouTube, so head on over to YouTube and find us and also leave a comment. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. What did they happen? Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. How you doing? Give me a call back. I want to hear from you, okay? Send me a message on WhatsApp. If you cannot reach me directly, send me a message on WhatsApp. If you cannot reach me directly, I will really appreciate that. You're listening to Matters right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. If you cannot reach me directly, you can call me on WhatsApp, okay? So it's not just messages that we take on WhatsApp. You can also call me on WhatsApp and I will take your calls. But Voice of the People, if we don't hear from you, wait till we gain. Hi, welcome to Matters. What's your name and location, please?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. How you doing today? Hi, what's your name and location, please?
My name is Oji. I'm calling from Surulere.
Welcome, Oji. How's Surulere today?
Very fine, thank you.
Great. Thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
Compliments.
Compliments
you're
to
doing
you.
a great job. Yeah, talking about the palliative, the transport palliative for those who are traveling by road or something through vehicle. I think, to me, if you look at last year, the same thing was said, and nobody attested that if they were able to enjoy that privilege. I think the government is just scamming the people. I don't think it's true. Even if it is going to be true, why until the 4th?
You don't think it's true? But it was implemented last year, and it was true, and people benefited from it. So.
Did anybody tell that? Did you hear anybody that said?
No, when we talk about that, I personally know someone who benefited from it. So about it being a lie, no. If you're talking about people who will benefit, who will take advantage of it, the number of people, well, I cannot answer that. But yes, people did benefit from it. So let's not be sentimental.
Well, my My sister, I didn't hear anybody who benefited from it. And moreover, this time, 24th of December, you are giving such palliative. How many people will travel that period?
You feel that people don't travel finish already?
People will have traveled finish now. So it's just government that is so insensitive. This government is insensitive, and that is just a word. For me, we just need to pray that God will help us, that we'll see 2027. Because it's 2027 and this government is voted in again. You know that Nigeria have not learned anything. They did not learn anything from Buhari's government, and they are not learning anything from this present government. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you so much for your call. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. I want to hear from you. This is Matters right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We're discussing issues that are pertinent, issues that are important, issues that need to be discussed. As a Nigerian, all of these issues affect you, so you just want to be a part of it. Okay, call me up 0700 903 903 903. Oh, there, you're going to have to give me a call back, okay? I was just picking your call and you just went off just like that. So message me on WhatsApp, 0817-175-6338. I can see all the comments on YouTube. Keep them coming. I really, really appreciate this. 18 minutes before 3 p.m. We have some time. So call me up, 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of these conversations. WhatsApp is 0817-175-6338. Guess what? You can call me up on WhatsApp, okay? You want to do that. You just want to take advantage of that, because you know what WhatsApp call is just for. It's just all it takes is just data. You don't even have to spend your airtime, okay? I just saw this message. We don't have that information yet, but if I do have it, I'll share it with you. Welcome to Matters. Good afternoon. Turn down the volume on your radio set. Turn down the volume on your radio set. Turn down the volume on your radio set.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm doing great. And you?
I'm well. Great to hear from you. Please go right ahead. Compliment of the season to you as well.
Hello?
I'm with you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah, this is Mr. Paulinus from Isolo.
Welcome, Mr. Paulinus.
Yes, for this palliative of transport something, this is not, to me, this is not what Nigeria need, understand? Because I have gone through to know the transports. 5 of them, I know their names. Because I am into transport if I have problem. I'm a driver, highway driver, yeah. So, because many people travel from Shagamu to east, some travel from Ejabode to east. So all those 5 vehicles, they are not circulated to all those areas. It's just for, if you are lucky, you are in the position you enter. What Nigeria needs, cut down the price of fuel. So everything will be moving. Everybody will be enjoying it. All those things they are doing, for me, it's not mean anything to me. Because you will buy rice, you will do this and that. When you enter motor, maybe half of the price. Is it all? Many things are going to face you, to my own understanding. That is the thing. The government, they are not even trying. So they are not trying. Yeah, I am Mr. Paulinus that used to send you message, but today I decided to call because this one touched me.
Thank you.
I decided to call the man that used to call. Anybody who will get rice should give Paulinus, so make I eat with my children. I get disability. That's why I send message for you every time.
Thank you. Mr. Paulinus from Isolo, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you
God
so
bless
much.
you and bless all the VOP family.
We appreciate you.
Amen.
We appreciate you. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas, okay? So if you get rice, well, you know they use again. Mr. Paulinus talk say him need that more. Even if you see the use them and you can actually afford to let it go, Mr. Paulinus say make you help him and his children because he has a disability and is unable to provide for his family. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be a part of this conversation. I want to hear from you. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM. What's your name and location, please? Hello. Hello. Wow. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 903 Call me up. I want to hear from you. This is Matters right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We're discussing all these different matters that affect you, from insecurity to a reduction in the price of fuel to the stampede that killed about 67 people in 3 different areas of the country in 4 days. All of these issues affect you more than you know it. Okay, so I want to hear from you. Call me up and shook matters how this matter make we know how we take they affect you as well as a Nigerian, right? What do you think about these issues? The federal government is giving you a 50% price reduction for interstate transport. Does that make you happy? Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters.
Yes, Nimeka on the line.
Welcome, Nimeka. How are you doing today?
Fine. Compliment of the city.
Compliment of the city to you as well.
The same to Ghana City.
Did they hear you?
Well, and my first advice and foremost advice is this: we are begging every Nigerian, be you poor or not, we are begging you. We need you people alive. You can't be going to struggle for 10 kg of life and life and lose your life and live, responsibility for people who do not know you or people around you. What is the sense of it to go in, you see the multitude crowd, and you force yourself inside here? But I do not blame anybody. What I blame is the hunger in the land. Hunger is consuming lives in this country now. Insecurity is consuming it all. People are dying also to do health problem. My dear sister, where is our elders and our leaders? If I ask this question every the same day, if the world watch this kind of thing, tell me what they will regard us for. What can they regard us seeing dead body everywhere? What causes dead body? Hunger. Looking for a right to take. And people get mouths to defend this laws are pity for this country. And that guy that is talking to senior, telling him that he's not state man, he's not a state man. I want him to go home
Who be that?
and sit with his children.
Who is that?
I mean the ones who from the presidential side. I want him when he gets home, make him put P2B his statement and his own statement and ask his children who is state man among these two statements. That is what I have for him.
Thank you.
May God bless every soul in this country.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joma, I want to say something about this subsidy thing.
Okay. The subsidy on transportation.
Yes. Last year, a friend of mine traveled with a God is good from Djibouti to Port Harcourt. In Djibouti, they were given forms to fill, stating their account number, their details, and so on and so forth. They paid the full money, understand? And the idea was when they get that to Port Harcourt, they will be refunded. So when they get that to Port Harcourt, that God is good in Port Harcourt, they say, we'll get in touch with you. I hope all your phone numbers are on this form. They say yes. 3 days later, my friend didn't see any refund in his account. He went there. They told him that it is not for everybody. This happened last year, 2023 Christmas. They told him that it is not for everybody, that is for special people. Mind you, government did not announce special people. But God is good, told them that it is for special people, that is not for everybody. And my friend had 2 other people that he was discussing in that bus until they get to Port Harcourt. He called them, have you gotten your own? They told him the same story. And mind you, God is good. God is good. We take all these names to federal government as those that use their vehicle. What is this? Corruption. So transport owners, when they do their own, inflate the number of people that travel that use their buses. Then government on their own, if it's 1 million people that are supposed to have benefited, they can say 5 million benefited. So for me, this is a very big scam on both sides. This is not the way to solve this problem that we are in. It's a scam on the part of government because there's no data. There's no way they can say this number of people that use that benefited. So it's just like this, they are humanitarian people. They say people who have been receiving 50,000 naira, 100,000 naira. There's no data. So they'll just give any number and the money will be shared among them.
All right, then. You're my final caller for today. Good afternoon. Welcome to Matters.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining me. Compliments of season to you as well.
So, Mr. Anosike, I appreciate you, sir. That's what I want to say. And it's always a pleasure because I usually look forward to having you on the show because you're a man full of wisdom. But I'm saying God bless you. So I'm going to ask you, sir, why don't you just, buy the next presidential form? You'll make a very good president.
So.
Why? Why don't you give it a try? We'll back you up now.
What is your name and your location, first of all?
Oluchi from Isolo.
Oluchi. Which kind of advice with that, Abego? Thank you so much for your call. Okay, we cannot take any more calls today. Peter Anosike, Peter Obi. Maybe you can join Labour Party and get a presidential ticket. What do you think? All right, let me take your comments on YouTube and your messages on WhatsApp. Thochukwu Daily on YouTube says it's true that it's the APC and President Tinubu's harsh economic policies that caused the stampede. Hungry people will hurry to eat food, even seeing it free. Government should keep quiet and mourn. If not that it's hollow, that the presidential spokesperson are talking. Why did they tell that the president suspended some official meetings because of the stampede? These people should keep quiet. These regulators and Dangote should stop insulting people's sensibilities. Is the market no longer deregulated? To come in, regulators must say how much is their subsidy. Waris Jinodu says a backed petrol naira pump. Libya dinar petrol cheaper than water with no stable government. Saudi petrol dollar affordable to its citizens. Charlie boy oil money just the boom yafun yafun. This petrol naira currency devaluation backed by thin air in question mark. Petrol naira voodoo subsidy package. Waris Jinodu, all this your messages. Okay, with good roads and eco-friendly alternative mass transit, petrol naira demand will reduce. Holland, Norway commute on good roads on bicycles to reduce fuel demand. Nigeria, bad roads burn petrol naira currency. Okay, thank you for your messages. On WhatsApp, I have certain people ascribing the stampede and resultant death to greed. Imagine rice was affordable. Who would go queue to collect it? Imagine rice was something every family, irrespective of your socio-economic status, could very easily and very readily afford. Why would they want to go beg? Why would there be need for anyone giving rice handouts in the first place? May the departed soul rest in peace. Olushoga Jai from Odonla in Ikorodu. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, VOP. The whole brouhaha about petrol price at 935 naira per litre does not impress me. Petrol ought not to go at beyond 300 naira per litre in this country. Chima from Sulere. Good afternoon, Chima Innocent and Peter Noske. Government's failure is the reason for the sharing of palliatives that cost stampede. May the lost souls rest in peace. Mind you, state government said they should register before sharing any palliative. Are also looking for a soft landing for their staff who want to get some of the palliatives for their loved ones. On 50% transportation reduction, that is just best the government can do to cushion the effect of hardship in the land. The system profiled by Noske could not work when you consider the way our transporters behave. Do not forget that once the transportation fare goes up, it never comes down again. This is Nigeria. Mr. Ogumbi from Idimo. Good afternoon, VOP. What Noske said is true. Some states were selling more than 935 naira. Chief Akwinwebe. Good afternoon. Let the government reduce fuel price instead of paying 50%. It's not only transportation fare, but also price of some food items will be reduced. I also want to advise my fellow Igbo people who want to share any type of palliative should go through Kindred instead of gathering people in one place. Thank you. Vincent from Mushin. 50% slash on transport in festive season is a means for some people to defraud Nigeria. At the end of the day, billions will be spent without accounts. Good day, VOP. Nigeria records deaths of human souls daily without compassion. They count the number of deaths like ordinary figure. While the bereaved are counting their losses, Nigerian rulers are dancing in their domains because they are happy. God is watching and will eventually deliver Nigeria. Elder Isaac from Idimo. The Okay, say Merry Christmas to all staff and management of VOP. I'm an ardent listener. Baba Davo. The gift said 50% on transport fee. How does it work? Is it inclusive to the Eastern region? Please. I'm likely to travel to Southeast in some days. What transport company can I visit for the 50% slash? Chris from Agora. Chris, I'll get that information and share it with you. Good afternoon, Shoma. I'm Victor. I'm in a really serious condition as my dad is presently hospitalized. Your prayers and support is really needed. All right, Victor, you have all our prayers and all our support, okay? We hope that he will come out of this sickness hale and hearty. Greetings, Choma, Peter, and fellow Nigerians. I'm writing as a concerned citizen, expressing my frustration and disappointment with the current state of affairs. The recent stampede across the country is alarming. I'm disheartened by the silence of Nigerian pastors. Where is their voice? Why are they not speaking out against this injustice and holding our leaders accountable? ND from Pyongyang, North Korea, thank you so much for your message. Wait, so if I enter free motor, take go village. Now who go give me the bread? Who I go buy for people for village? Pharaoh, let my people go. Releasing them the kind of Chano from Ejigbo. Please send me. Okay, all right, thank you so much. I'll surely do that. All right, Mr. Peter, it's time for us to go. Let's get with concluding thoughts on everything we've discussed.
We are entering a new year, and government should know that power belongs to the people. They should wake up from their slumber and begin to feel the way the people are feeling, because what they are playing politics with the life of the people. Because Tinubu cancelling all his has not brought the people that died back. Reduce import duties. That's one of the reasons why all these things are happening. Reduce import duties. Open the borders. Reduce the hike in electricity. People will begin to produce. Money will begin to circulate in the country. It is not a rocket science.
All right, then. It's time for us to go, okay? Matters will make a return same time, same station tomorrow, where we'll be having exciting, enlightening, informative, and educating conversations on all of the issues that affect you and I as Nigerians. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Anuski, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much. It's the Yuletide season, and I know that there are quite a lot of complaints on the lips of many Nigerians. People need food, people need shelter, people need water, people need a lot of things. Please, you probably do not have enough already, but that little you have is huge for somebody else. So please do the little that you can to help make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. All right? Thank you so much and have an amazing day.